RaymondCentral.com, I'm Joey Blackwell here with Blake Byler, Tony Sakalis, and Katie Wyndham, and this is 3 and Out. Well, guys, this morning we heard a lot from Nick Saban, Will Anderson Jr., Bill Battle, and Bryce Young as Alabama football took to the stage today at SEC Media Days in the College Football Hall of Fame in Atlanta. Let's start with you, Blake. You could follow Jordan Battle around. What did you hear from him today?
Well, some of the things we heard from Jordan Battle was, one, he talked about how he wanted to be a comedian, which was just a nice touch from him. Will Anderson said he saw Jordan Battle as more of a dancer. But one main thing we heard from him was his motivation for coming back for his senior year. He wanted to come back, get his degree for his mom and dad. He also really wanted to avenge, so to speak, the national championship loss. He said coming back to win that national championship was the most important thing to him.
What about you, Tony? You kind of followed Will Anderson around a lot. You also got to hear Nick Saban speak as well. What were some highlights? Will Anderson Jr. obviously has a lot of hype around him for obvious reasons coming into this season. So what did you think of what he said?
Yeah, the big thing for Will Anderson is I think he's just getting more comfortable with stepping into that spotlight and really just being kind of more of a star. He's taking NIL deals now, but I don't think that's going to be a distraction for him. He's really stepped up as a vocal leader. I think he had already been that leader on Alabama's defense, but after that A&M game, I think it kind of snapped into him that he wants to step up as a vocal leader and make sure that things like that don't happen again. I think he's going to be the voice of the defense. He's obviously a returning team captain along with Bryce Young, so it's really just more about him being more comfortable being a star, and also on top of that, he had some things to say about Jimbo Fisher. Jimbo Fisher's comments, and that Alabama was going to answer those on the field, and I think Alabama fans are pretty excited about that. So he said all the right things and everything that a leader would say during his senior days.
And Katie, you followed around the Heisman, of course, reigning Heisman Trophy winner Bryce Young. We've heard a lot about what he said this offseason about how his mentality and how even though he won the Heisman, they lost the national championship, so that him was a failure. What did he say to kind of back that up today?
Yeah, I think it's interesting that you said for Battle, some of the key things for motivation, revenge, and I think those are similar things for Bryce Young this year, and things we're going to hear throughout this whole season for Alabama. The goal is winning a national championship, and Bryce Young just reiterated that today. I thought it was interesting, too, that Nick Saban talked about it doesn't matter how good your quarterback is if you don't have good people around him, and Nick Saban specifically mentioned multiple times that wide receiver and offensive line are areas that they're going to have to rebuild and really help Bryce at. Bryce is a pretty humble, ever-positive guy, so of course he was hyping up his wide receivers and offensive line. But those are going to be two really important position groups to watch as we go into fall camp. And, because you have that key centerpiece of Bryce Young on offense, and he is focused on the team. I don't know how many times he can say he doesn't care about individual awards, and so it is going to be a big thing for him and how they're able to build that offense around him, because you have a really strong defense on the other side of the ball with Will Anderson, with Jordan Battle, and Dallas Turner, lots of guys that are coming back, and so that was some of the main things I took away from Bryce today. It's just his motivation, focus for this season is winning a championship, and that's it.
For me, I followed Nick Saban around today, and he talked obviously a lot about NIL. He also echoed Commissioner Greg Sankey's points about how he wants a wide sweeping legislation and adjustments to NIL. So those are some of the things that stuck out to me. Obviously you can find all of our stuff on our site, RaymondCentral.com. We all did stories on what we just talked about, so plenty of information there to go around. RaymondCentral.com. I'm Joey Blackwell with Blake Byler, Tony Sakalis, and Katie Wyndham. This has been 3 and Out. Thank you so much for watching.